Hi everyone, so today I want to share with you all the goodies that I got from InLoveArts shop. As usual, ignore the fact it says Coca Rosa on the packaging. Coca Rosa and InLoveArts shop are the same company, but they've got two different sites, so yeah, just ignore that, it's fine. So this is InLoveArts shop, so don't forget to use my code ICEDImages, all in one word, which will get you 20% off your order, and it also really helps the channel out as well. So I've noticed as well they've switched their packaging, so this is obviously the new Coca Rosa packaging, and I just think it's really cute. Like, how cute is that? The little fox, so cute. Anyway, so that's the Coca Rosa packaging. But as I said, this is for InLoveArts shop. If you do go over to Coca Rosa Studio, make sure to use my code ICED20, which will also get you 20% off your order. So yeah, if you do go over there, then use that. But this is all InLoveArts shop. So this is the first die I want to show you, and this is a cute little car. And so you've got the car, you've got the road, some wheels, and the whole thing. So I think it goes from over here. It measures approximately, let me take it out and then we can actually measure it properly. So the whole thing, look how sweet that is. So the whole thing measures from end to end 5.5, and then the actual road, I would say, is probably about 1.25 inches maybe high. And then your little car is just about 1.5 inches roughly, by about 3/4 inch, and then obviously your wheels on top, so you're probably looking at about 1 inch in total for the car height wise. But yeah, so that's the die. So let me show you what I made using this die. Then with the car die, I thought I'd have a bit of fun, so I just made a kind of partial die cut. I actually just cut the road out. As you can see, these are full roads, so I cut the roads out and then I just snipped them in places so that they kind of opened up. Obviously you could have them all as one go, and then just cut all the little cars out, added the little bumpers and everything on out of silver mirror. Really pleased with the way this turned out, actually. I think one thing I am going to do is I'm either going to put, so where you write, I'll either put it on the back or I'll put a top fold or something in the middle so that then you can write in the middle. But yeah, so that's what I made using that die set. Next up we have this, which is a background die, and it's kind of like a lattice effect, so it's quite cool. And this measures about 3 7/8 by about 5.5. And I just think it'd be really good. I have got a couple of other lattice ones that I ordered recently, but I thought it would be quite a cool, quite a nice die. Especially if you've got like floral dies, you could put them on the front or whatever. So yeah, so I'll show you now what I made using this die. Right, so with the background trellis kind of die, I did this. So I actually cut out in blue and also in yellow, and then I turned one around and laid it on top of the other, so that then you get this kind of overlap look, which I really like actually. So that was the card that I made using that die. Next up we have this one, which says love you, and it's got two little flowers instead of O's, which I thought was really nice. So it's about 4 inches by, if you want to do the whole lot together, it'd be about 3.25, 3.5. But individually it's approximately 1 3/4 roughly. And I thought it'd be quite nice if you wanted to just have the word love, and you can have a little one above it saying with love. Or you could have, happy birthday to, and then you, if you want to have it separately, or you just have love you. But I thought it was really nice, just really sweet little, again, it's a decent size. So I'll show you now what I did using this die. Then with the love you dies, I made this. It's kind of like a gatefold card. So you open it up, and I put the insides of the flowers that I've cut out, I put there. And then I've just cut it out of one ombre piece of pattern card, put a little pearl in the middle. I actually cut it out twice, cut it out of white as well as the ombre, just so that it would have a bit more strength here, because obviously these are quite vulnerable otherwise. So yeah, and then I also partially die cut it out of the card itself as well. So yeah, so that's what I did using that die. Next up we have this, which is a giant pair of shorts, and I like the fact of how big they are. So these measure about 4 inches by about 4 1/4. So really good size, great for your mail cards. And then you've also got a couple of leaves, or 3 lots of leaves, a surfboard, a little umbrella with like a deck chair, and like a champagne glass. So your champagne glass is about 1.5 by about 1.25 roughly. Your biggest leaf's about 2 inches by about 1.5. So they're good sizes. You can really go to town with those. So I'm going to show you now what I made using these dies. So with the shorts die set, I actually used it over 2 different cards. So I used it on the front of this one. I shall show you the inside of this in a minute. And then the rest of the die set I used in this card. So if I open it up, you can see here, you've got the little surfboard, the leaves, and the little deck chair. The only thing I didn't use, I don't think, was the cocktail glass. So that was the only thing I didn't use on these 2 cards. So that was the die set. So they're the 2 cards that I made using that die set. Next up we have this one. Now you've noticed that I've chosen quite a lot of beachy type dies recently because I think that they all kind of nicely go with each other, and you kind of mix and match them, interchange them, and we have summer every year, so you know they're never going to go out of date. So the parasol's about 3 inches by about 3.25 roughly. Then you've got a really nice surfboard, so you've obviously got like a shadow. You could have a plain surfboard if you want to, or you could lay that one on top of that one, which I thought was really cool. And that measures almost 3 inches by about 3/4 of an inch, 7/8 of an inch, something along those lines. Then you've got what kind of looks a bit like a sunshine, and that is about 1 7/8. You've got a circle, which obviously would go in the middle to make your sun, which is an inch. And then you've got these beautiful flowers, little set of 5 flowers. The largest flower is about 1 1/8, and the smallest flower is about 3/4 of an inch. And then they all kind of range in between that. But I just thought they're really sweet. If you give them a bit of dimension, you could really, you know, go to town on that. And like with the umbrella, if you wanted to, you could actually cut this out, but then lay this die onto another piece of card, cut round it by hand, and layer the 2 together. So you've got like almost, you kind of making yourself a little shadow die. So I'll show you now what I made using this die. And then with the surfboards and the umbrella and the sun, I used it on this card here. So I actually used, this is from the shorts. This is that shorts card that I showed you earlier, or I've shown you. So this is what I used it on. Did the little umbrella there. So I actually cut the umbrella out of yellow glitter, and then I partially cut the white and just did it so that it had the stick, and then up to here, just literally partially die cut. So all of this bit above was not in the die cutting machine, and then it meant I could just hand cut round that, because I didn't want all these bits cut out. I just wanted it to be a solid umbrella. And then the sun, I just layered up on each other. The little surfboards, you get like a plain surfboard and then the pattern surfboard. So instead of just having plain ones, I actually used the plain ones to put behind to make shadow, you know, versions, and then just layered them up. So that's what I did using that die set. Then we have this ice cream die, which again was really cool. The cone itself is approximately, I would say, about 2 inches by about 1 1/8. But then you've got 2 scoops of ice cream to go on top, which are about 1 inch wide. So obviously you can kind of stack them up so you can make it more than that. So I would say you're probably looking at maybe about 3 inches high for the ice cream. You can make it more or less depending on what you want to do. You've also got a plain ice cream there. You've got like a chocolate or an icing topping. You could do that in different things. And then you've got a little star as well. It was like almost a little starfish, so it's 1 inch wide. So you can really go to town on this. And I just, again, liked it being summer. Can mix and match it up with all the other things. And yeah, just thought it was really cool. So I'll show you now what I made using these dies. Then with the ice cream die set, this is what I made. So really like this. This is a previous die also from InLoveArts shop. And so I've got the ice creams and I made them up using, so you've got the normal cone there, and then you've also got the patterned cone. So there's two different cones you can use. There's like a normal, just a plain, hasn't got any imprinting on it, or you've got the waffle, like the ones like the waffle cone. And then I just layered them up, put a little starfish, and then you just open it up and there you've got a place to write. So that was what I made using that die set. Next up, we've got this pineapple, and when I actually saw this die cut out and just thought, wow, that's fantastic. So as you can see, you've got this inside die, which does actually cut out. So it cuts out of your card, but it also cuts an actual pineapple, you know, sort of out. And then you've also got the shadow die at the back there, so you can, you know, layer it up. But I love the fact it's got all like flowers all inside the pineapple. So cool. So this measures approximately 2.5 by about 5 1/4-ish with everything. But again, I just think there's so much scope for lots of things to do with this. Again, summary, really nice to see a bit of a, you know, summary. And I just like the difference of having the flowery pineapple. Just really cool. So I'll show you now what I made using this die. Then with the pineapple die, I made this card. So this folds down, and then obviously you've got the outer. This is the bit that cuts out. So yes, obviously it's got an outer die and an actual detailed die. So the yellow and the green, I just partially cut. I cut the bottom section of the pattern one out of the yellow and the top section out of the green, and then just sort of layered them together on top of the shadow. And then for these two here, what I did was I just cut the green again 3 times in total, and then I just then hand cut my own little inner for the lemons and also for the white. So then it just all lays on top of each other, folds up nicely and makes a nice little card. So that's what I did using that die. And then we've got this die, which is actually upside down. So it's basically a butterfly, but what it does is it cuts out. So you don't actually get a butterfly shape. But say you've got a panel of card that's like 5 by 7 or something. You can place this on that panel, die cut it, and all these little butterflies will cut out, which will give you the butterfly shape. And then you can put, they've got a hello die, you can put hello across it, or have birthday or whatever. But I just thought it was really nice. I like the fact, because as well then, if you wanted to have like confetti for a wedding or something like that, you've got loads of little butterfly and heart confetti pieces, or you could use that on a shaker card. So I just thought it was quite versatile. So the total width is about 4 inches by approximately 5, I would say. So that would fit nicely on a 5 by 7. So I just thought it was really nice. I love the fact they've used all the little butterflies and some little hearts and some little circles just to make that butterfly shape. Yeah, you'll see it on my finished card, but just really like that. Lots of scope for that. So I'll show you now what I did using this die. And with that butterfly die, I just made a nice simple, cut it out of glitter card and laid it onto a navy background. Use the little hello, and then it's just a simple open and shut card. Nice and simple, nice and flat, perfect for posting, great for a little notelet to catch up on somebody, you know, catch up, a little note or whatever. So yes, that's what I did using that die. So there you have it. That's what I did using those dies. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll go and check out their website. Don't forget, this is for InLoveArts shop. So use my code ICEDImages, all in one word, and that will get you 20% off your order. And yeah, go and have a look. They've got some fantastic dies. They really have. And as you can see, they've got quite a lot for summer. And they're just a bit different. I like them, and they cut well. They do cut well. I wouldn't still be, you know, working for them and doing these craft haul videos if I didn't like their dies. Because, you know, if something doesn't cut out right, it just doesn't help, does it? So, but these cut out really, really well. Never had a problem with them, and they're fantastic. They're great. So yeah, so go and check them out. Make sure you use my code. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.